it's called A Little Bit of Broadway, A Little Bit of Rock and Roll. So it kind of says it in the title. The rock and roll will obviously be all those big monkey hits that I was lucky enough to sing lead on, and I was blessed to have, some of the greatest writers ever, and I talk about it in the show. And then the other part of the show is the Broadway part, and unbeknownst to a lot of people, I now have done quite a few Broadway shows. Always really was attracted to it. Didn't really know how to get into it until the post Monkeys. And one of the first breaks I got was here in New York doing Grease, the revival at that time in the 90s. And then I went on to do Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. And then I did Pippin, the revival at the Goodspeed. And then Elton John, Tim Rice, Aida here on Broadway. And then most recently I did Hairspray in the London West End and the national tour. I always liked it, like I say, but I lived in Los Angeles. I came out of television and film, and I wasn't really sure how to get into it, and I didn't live here in New York. But over the years, I managed to weasel my way in.
I sneeze with humility in Philadelphia. Weigh your responsibility in Philadelphia. If you don't want to see us hanging from some far-off British hill, if you don't want the voice of independency forever still, then God, sir, get into it, for Congress never will.
We're back for our second Smash year at 54 Below, celebrating the music of Sherman Edwards, and it's a fantastic, riveting show, even though, as Michael's been saying, you know the ending. But you're still totally entranced in these characters and their lives and what they were going through in order to get our country to where we are today, to lay the groundwork for that.
And it's a great score. That the Edwards family, he was a history teacher, and he'd always wanted to write this musical, and it's one of the few things he's ever done. He didn't do much, and he just connected with Peter Stone, and it came about. And I saw that original production way back when. I'm old enough to know, seen that. It was incredible. And the most amazing thing is, for a musical, it has a 35 to 40 minute, depending how it's played, book scene between musical numbers, which is unheard of in a musical.
There's one thing everyone's missed in Massachusetts Bay. Don't smirk at me, you egotist pig. Heed to what I say. We've gone from Framingham to Boston, and we cannot find a pin. Don't you know there is a war on, say the tradesman with a grin? Well, you will not make saltpeter until you send us pins.
A lot of people who aren't theater people per se love this musical. It's history. It's who we are as a nation.
It's truly fascinating because it could have gone a different way. We might not have, I mean, it was... as we see sometimes with Congress and stuff, things don't work out, and it could have gone a different way. And all of that is dramatized so beautifully on the stage with the way the show is written.
Well, I'm doing a whole brand new show at 54 Below. You kind of have to. And actually, it's been a year since I was here last. And so consequently, I've been just touring. That's all I do is I'm sort of like late Marlene Dietrich. I just pack and unpack. And so what's been nice is that since I've been in all these different strange places, I get to try out all the new songs, so I'm not so terrified to get up here on July 14th singing all new material. But my shows are kind of a potpourri of songs, although it really seems like, I resolutely avoid having a theme or a concept, but there may be one, because it seems like every song we're singing is from the 60s. It was unintentional. They're just songs I like. So I'm singing a Beatles song, a Harry Nilsson song, some pop standards too from the 60s. It's a weird act I do, I can't really explain it or really understand it myself, but because I'm in drag, but I'm really very much myself, just telling my true stories and singing these very beautiful songs in the most honest way I can, because I love narrative and telling stories, and I try to do that, so and try to get some laughs on the way.
Before the fiddlers have fled, before they asked us to pay the bill.
I'm one of the performers of 54 Below Sings Irving Berlin. They asked me to do an Irving Berlin tune. I was just, of course. He's a songwriter that I grew up listening to ever since I was 4, watching Fred Astaire sing his tunes in all the movies I watched. So I actually gathered some of those tunes I watched as a kid and put them together in a compilation and made them a little more personal for me. That's the great thing about Irving Berlin, is he's the kind of songwriter that you can just make so personal for yourself and make your own arrangement. But I'm just one of the performers. There's a slew of Broadway talent. I think Katie Huffman's coming. I know Nicky Rodriguez, and we have Carmen Ruby Floyd. There's a whole bunch of people coming. We did this before, and it was a hit. And I think it's because people are so anxious to celebrate these classic songwriters.